In an industry stuffed with marketing bullshit, empty promises, and shiny-suited liars, one woman's had enough. She knows what it's like to have the wrong clients, no money, and no time for fun. But she also knows how to fix it. And on the Business for Superheroes show, she promises to tell the down and dirty truth about business, sales, and running away with the circus. Here's your host, Vicky Fraser.
Hello and welcome to the Business for Superheroes show. I'm Vicky Fraser, and this week I have replaced Joe with my good friend Misty. You have to
Hi.
Yeah. It's a good radio there. And 6 really smart business owners. I'm coming at you from Fosdoa Radio in sunny Portugal, and it finally is sunny. We have just finished a 2-day mastermind, the 4th International Breaking Bread Mastermind. I've had a fantastic time. I hope everybody else has.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. Good. I need to hold up a sign that says applause.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're just wrapping up, and we're just finding out what people have taken away from this weekend. So I'm just going to get people to introduce themselves briefly and say what their favourite parts of the weekend have been. Teresa, this is Teresa Payne. Hi, Teresa.
Hi, Vicky.
Hi. Tell everybody a little bit about what you do.
Okay, so I'm a lawyer and I run a law firm in England, and we've been growing that business for a few years now. And I came here. Shall I go into...
Yeah, tell us why you came here.
Yeah, I came here because I was looking for some answers on how we could control dog barking.
Can you hear that, listeners?
We're going to hear from that in a moment. But I came here because I wanted to... I was looking at lead generation for clients, where we're getting them from, because currently it's very offline based, we're location based business, and I wanted to explore the online arena, and we've tested it before and it's been okay, but we wanted to make it better.
Bear with us, listeners. Assholes on motorbikes.
That's the dogs.
No assholes.
So, and my big takeaway from today has been, it's been amazing. I've got much more clarity on touching the remote clients to move away from being very location-based. Mm-hmm. So we can keep our location-based clients. We can also reach out globally and connect with those clients that we're looking for.
Cool.
So that's been massive for us. That's a whole new stream of work we can go out and tap into now. So, happy girl.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. That sounds
Happy
really
girl.
Exciting. Yeah, so we've opened up a whole new market there for Teresa, which is really exciting.
Fantastic.
And Teresa's business is already freaking amazing. So this is very, very cool.
I love my business.
Yeah. Ray Khan is with us. Ray, how are you? Have you enjoyed the weekend? Tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Well, as a former alumni...
Breaking Bread alumni, yes.
Breaking Bread alumni. I'm very happy to be back here with the crazy crew of Vicky and Misty. And I'm in the telescope business, and a couple of years ago, less than a couple of years ago actually, Vicky came up with a really good idea that helped make me about, $80,000 I think it was.
Yeah, it was a big chunk of cash, wasn't it?
Unbeknownst to her, yes it was. It was a good chunk of cash. So I have confidence in Vicky and Misty in terms of their skills. So I plan on at some point possibly exiting the telescope business. So I was here to get some clarity on what's next.
Mm-hmm. And what is next?
And I'll be entering the relationships for men.
Now let's clarify. Relationships for men with women, or for men with men?
For men with women primarily,
Okay.
and those situations that are potentially breaking up.
Okay.
Men who are having a difficult time working their way through possibly ending relationships and trying to sort it all out.
Okay.
It's a big problem for a lot of men of all age groups, especially today. And as well as Teresa was saying, the statistics for England are fairly high. 45% of marriages end up in divorces, and I think it's probably similar in North America, where I'm from.
And what has been your biggest takeaway this weekend?
Well, getting clarity on the business funnel process,
Okay.
because you hear bits and pieces of it, but today was the first time I sort of got the realization that, you know, it is a business, and like a business, you have to have a plan that continues through. It's not just build a funnel and they will come and then ignore it and hope magic happens.
Yeah.
There's a path that you have to follow and continue with that path to bring in new leads, new clients, and I think that was really the most valuable thing that I've learned this weekend.
Cool, I'm really glad. And it's not been all work and no play. So what's been your favourite part of the weekend?
Well, definitely having my friend Bruce here.
He's a bad influence.
Introducing me to sour mash whiskey. And we had some good times drinking rum and sour mash whiskey and what was that other stuff?
Portuguese grappa.
Bagaceira, Portuguese grappa.
Portuguese grappa. Bruce, being the expert on, being the grappa guy, being the expert, has introduced some new realms.
Cool.
So that's been a lot of fun too.
Good. Oh, I'm really glad you've had a good weekend. It's been fab to have you here again.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Breaking Bread alumni, Breadhead.
Yeah.
They're all breadheads. Carol's here, all the way from Northern Ireland, and after a frankly horrendous journey, you're finally made it. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Okay, well, I spent many years being a doctor, and when I retired from medicine, I decided to set up my dog training and behaviour business, Down Dog, which is based, as you say, in Northern Ireland.
Awesome.
And so I am the doggy doctor, because a lot of the principles behind medicine and examining, diagnosing and treating patients applies exactly in the same ways to dogs.
Cool.
So that's where I've come from, and I came here because I really needed help with trying to sort out my funnel. I've got a lot of really nice services, and we've got good take-up of those services locally, but I wanted to move into very much the online side and provide online services. And my funnels, when I came here, I did have a funnel, but it had a big hole at the bottom because people were coming in at the top and entering an email list and then not really going anywhere apart from falling out of the bottom.
Yeah.
But now I have got clarity on the funnels, as Ray said, which is great, and Misty has very kindly planned out my funnel for me, so that's really easy.
Awesome.
So that's my biggest win, I suppose, is to realise I need to really, as well as get that funnel right, scale up the lead magnets so I'm getting the numbers in to work through the funnel properly. That was a big thing for me.
Brilliant.
But I had a second win.
Oh, go
I
on.
have two.
Oh, of course, yeah.
That's who I am. And my second win was the discussion we had yesterday. You, of course, Vicky, talking about your very specialist subject about writing books.
Yeah.
And I have now got another book in the pipeline.
Yay!
We outlined that. So that will be coming soon, folks.
Yeah, and that's really exciting because that's going to establish you as the foremost expert of all things doggy behaviour in the entire universe.
Well, that's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
That's going to be amazing.
Hopefully that should work.
Cool.
My brand new thing was learning about email deliverability, things I never knew anything about,
Well,
and how to clean lists, and that's a really brand new thing for me that I need to pick up on.
and more and more important the further we get along with emails.
Yeah.
It's more important now than ever.
Absolutely. Cool, thanks, Carol.
Thank you.
No, thank you. No, thank you. And Bruce.
And I just wanted to say finally, just the company of these wonderful people who are all brilliant, and I sort of feel very small sometimes in comparison to everybody else.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all.
Everybody is giant in stature. It's good. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure having you, and we'll party on later. Bruce, it's fantastic to finally meet you in person. You terribly bad influence you.
I'm proud of it.
I'm proud of it, yeah.
Give us a very quick rundown of what you do, and then tell us what you got out of this weekend.
So, I am the Grappa Guy at thegrappaguy.com.
Cool.
And about 4 years ago, I discovered that Grappa is not paint thinner. It's not all of it. Some of it is very, very good. And I noticed that there is no really informational resource central on the web for people to refer to learn from, and to understand so that they can better appreciate Grappa. A lot of people haven't even tried it.
Yeah.
So I want to correct that.
Cool.
And so it's been very helpful to me to understand how to grow that community, because I'm just starting out to growing that community. I think people just don't know what they're missing, especially wine drinkers.
Yeah.
Carol had said something that's been really great this weekend, and she used a word that often gets overused, but I can't emphasize this enough how brilliant everybody at this Breaking Bread session was. And not just our fearless leaders, Vicky and Misty, okay, but all of the participants here. And special thanks to the pit crew.
Yay! Big cheer for the pit crew!
Have been so supportive. They've been so supportive from providing all the food to keeping themselves fit with 16-ounce arm curls. So first off, I'll tell you that I have a technical background, so a lot of technical stuff on this I kind of understand. But the big news to me was algorithm-driven email deliverability, and how to really, as you write every email, to be careful about what you put in it and what you don't, to make sure it doesn't end up in the spam folder, and instead it gets to your community, to your tribe, so that they understand it.
Right.
The other thing that I've really realized here is that marketing your stuff is hard work. And actually, I've had a lot of fun with my brother from another mother, Ray Khan, who I can't believe that he wants to leave a business that he travels the world and drinks superb cocktails in the best bars in any city. And I can't believe he wants to leave that. So maybe let me know if there's an opening there.
Certainly.
And we'll take care of that. But it's been fantastic, and I've gotten a lot out of it, and it's helped me get some focus on my direction.
Good. It's been an absolute pleasure. And what Bruce forgot to say is that his tagline is he drinks and he knows things, and boy does he know things. He is one of the most interesting people, full of interesting random information that I've ever met. And we had a really nice conversation yesterday afternoon, and it was a proper pleasure.
Thank you. It was enjoyable for me too. And like I said, that focus I've been directing on learning about grappa.
Yes.
And I just can't wait to share that with people.
Yeah, I'm interested in learning more. So go to thegrappaguy.com, and we'll share everybody's contact details, by the way, in the show notes, so if you want to find people. And then we also have got husband and wife tag teaming. We've also got Kim Krause Schwalm, who, if you a regular listener to my podcast, may have heard her before. It's been fantastic having Kim here with her encyclopedic knowledge
of copywriting. It's so nice to finally meet you in person.
I know,
and to meet just this amazing group.
Yeah.
And also just see my husband really get into marketing. It's so cool, and I'm very proud of you stepping out and just, trying some new things. Like, this is really new stuff for you, and, having had a successful career in IT and now moving on to something very different. It's not always an easy thing. And, so what I've been doing for the last 22 years is I've been a freelance copywriter. And I've been able to climb the ranks and, claim my little piece of fame as an A-list copywriter, whatever the heck that is. But I've worked with a lot of the top direct response companies. I've gone up against some of the, top legendary copywriters and beat them, and been able to, really have a nice life doing the whole freelance thing, especially when my children were, still rugrats and growing up, and now they're college students and very independent. So, I'm kind of been transitioning the last few years in some different things, and one of them has been creating a following of people who read my weekly free e-letter, Copy Insiders, and I've created, multiple different training programs. I've had events, but it's really been more like very creation driven and kind of impulse almost, like, oh, I'll do this or I'll do that, and it's actually come to generate a pretty nice side income, but I've realized that there's just so much more potential there, and maybe I don't want to do as much of some of the client work and stuff that's been my bread and butter for many years. But part of this, another big takeaway is just I do need to really kind of get clarity on what is it that I want to focus on. It's hard to do 2 or 3 different things really well, or even if I am doing them reasonably well, it's just more than I want to work. And so I guess one of the main things is I really want to focus on this nice, what I call a side business, which could very well become my main business, in terms of taking my copywriting expertise and sharing it with the world and with people so that they can, they want to succeed at freelancing, they can do that, and they can have the kind of nice life that I've been able to have, and have the flexibility and have the control over their life. And so one of the things I really need to do is look at my whole, everything I've already kind of got in place, you know, everything from my lead magnet to how I welcome and nurture people to how I deliver my Copy Insiders newsletter to, you know, the different products, you know, promotions that I have, and just having more of a plan and structure to it, and making it ideally more of a passive income system. I mean, obviously knowing there's still going to be things that I need to do and fresh things to do, and then bringing more people into the fold on a regular basis. You know, again, I've been able to build a really nice list, you know, almost effortlessly, but, you know, now actually putting, you know, a little focus in it. So this has really given me clarity, and it's got me kind of re-excited about this. And I guess my biggest challenge is just, you know, finding time to do the things and then paring it down, and so
putting yourself first for once.
Yeah, I mean, I don't make it sound like I don't. I mean, I definitely have always been very big on self-care, and, you know, I'm not like, you know, suffering. It's just that it's like I said, I think part of it, maybe it just seems like I'm working a lot more just because there's so many different things I'm thinking about. So, you know, and there's just a lot of things I manage in the home, but we get stuck in roles, you know, over 20-some years of marriage, and but we're going to get some cooking going. And so anyway, it's been really just good on so many levels to hang out with you guys, and I've just learned so much from each one of you, and I'm going to be taking it with me back to the U.S. And
awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. No, thank you. It's been super. And we've got Shela Reddy here. Shela, tell us a little bit about what you've been doing and what you're going to be doing now after this weekend.
So my background is I'm a marketeer for the pharmaceutical industry. So, and I'm a pharmacist. And what I came to Breaking Bread, why I came, is because I want to create a environment where it's not all feast and famine. That was my big goal. It's always been feast and famine. I have one client at a time, and it's full on until the contract finishes. Then I have to then start all over and create another client. So that was my primary objective in attending here, and it's been an amazing experience being here for this workshop, because it's talking to every one of you, and there's been little nuggets that have come out, and I'm thinking, oh, that might be something to explore, or I could apply that. I never thought about that. So it's not just the actual sessions, but it's all the people that I'm interacting with. So the two biggest things that I've taken away is from this workshop is to really know my USP. Yes, I've got a lot of experience, but as a marketeer for the pharma industry, but what is it that sets me apart from the other marketeers? What really is it that I need to focus on so that I do stand out to potential customers, to potential clients? That's one of the biggest things that I've taken away. And the other big thing is, which will help me move from feast and famine to have more of a portfolio of clients, so I'm not relying on just one client, is to position myself as an expert in what I do, and that's by producing a book. And doing that, hopefully, I will then move away from from the situation of feast and famine to multiple clients and less stress, more reward.
Yeah, and I'm going to enjoy watching you do that.
Thank you, and thank you for a great experience.
Oh, no, thank you. And what Shela's just mentioned are two of the biggest problems I think that small business owners and entrepreneurs face, is knowing what makes you stand out. People really struggle with it. And the feast and famine, we take our foot off the gas when things are going well, and then we panic when they're not. And so if we can help you to stop that cycle, then my work here will be done, So, and Misty, what is it you do? Well, I mean, everybody knows who you are, but tell us anyway.
Tell what I do. Yeah. Oh well, I'm one of the fearless breadhead master bakers. I'm a master baker here at breadhead headquarters. Bread headquarters. So besides email marketing and deliverability coaching, I mainly focus on business strategy and funnel building for business owners, whether they are solopreneurs all the way up to multiple 7-figure people.
Big ass companies.
Big ass companies. And so I'm definitely in charge of a lot of the marketing, outbound marketing for many clients and building that strategy. So that's what I do in my spare time.
Cool.
And so.
Spare time.
What's that?
Yes. So my favorite thing for the weekend, which has been just been great and has been affirmed by everyone, every single person here mentioned that they got clarity and focus, is what you guys said. And my favorite thing was creating clarity and focus. So that's really good that I had that written down and that you all said the same thing. Because if that would suck if I thought that I was really good at it and it didn't work. So I think one of my favorite things and one of the great things that I see is every single person developing clarity, right? So that they're focusing themselves on what they really need to do next, and that's really important to me because it's very overwhelming. There's a million things to do as a business owner, but knowing what's next is the most important thing, right? And that's kind of one of my favorite things to do for my clients and for everyone at Breaking Bread. So that's really important. And the brand new thing that I've learned is that I think it's possible and quite feasible that my dog will now listen to me, and that is because Carol from the Doggy Doctor told me all the things I was doing wrong, which was everything. And now I feel like there is maybe, once I read Carol's book, there might be a light at the end of the tunnel with this highly stubborn and very energetic dog. So that was brand new to me, and it came from Carol.
Thanks, Misty. It's just been an awesome weekend. I mean, you guys listen to this podcast presumably quite a lot, so I don't need to tell you who I am, and if I do, then I've failed in many, many ways. So I've had a brilliant weekend. It's been such a pleasure spending this time with you guys. It's been so lovely getting to know you a bit better. And actually related to what Misty's just said about, helping people get clarity on what they need to do next, related to that is, I think my favourite thing has been watching everybody. So I think not everybody, but some people get proper clarity on what it is that makes them different. Because part of what I do with helping people to write books, and I say this, is the value of writing a book isn't just having the book and all the things that go with it. It's also that process gets you really clear on who you are and what you can do for people, and it's such a cool thing. So that's been a proper delight. I've been reminded once again of the enormous power of a group of really smart, dedicated people in a room together, working to help each other, lift each other up. It's just spectacular. Everybody's got everybody else's best interests at heart, and everybody wants to see each other succeed, and that's just fantastic. And Misty has reminded me once again of the importance of email deliverability. I'm on it like a trump on chips.
Okay, good.
And so it's just been brilliant. And thank you, Bruce, for mentioning the pit crew. The pit crew have been bloody brilliant. Guys! Yay!
I want to add a mention. While we're waiting for the pit crew to come out, if they are coming, I want to put in a word about how magnificent Portugal is. It's a welcoming country.
They're lovely,
all
lovely
warm and friendly, and it like no matter who you are, like this is a great place to come and take a look at. It's got incredible history. The people are marvelous. The food's incredible.
Thank you, and that is fully true.
Hello.
Hey, the pit crew.
All right, pit crew. And we just wanted to say thank you so much for all of your hard work this weekend and for keeping us fed and watered, and we wanted you to say hi to the podcast listeners.
Hello, podcast listeners.
Hello.
What do you think of our particularly short shorts?
Oh, nice.
Tiny short shorts, tiny short shorts, which is what we promised everybody and then didn't deliver.
Tiny enough.
Yeah. I like the tassels.
Tinier. There you go.
There we go.
But
Just a knee, man.
It's been a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming all the way to Portugal and being part of this. Thank you, Pit Crew, for looking after us. Thank you, Misty, for always encouraging me and dragging me into crazy schemes and then making me do them. And,
you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yes, very nice.
And Joe and I will be back same time next week with more of the normal ramblings. Everybody else is going to be doing cool things. And in the show notes, I will be putting website details for you to contact all of these incredible people if you want their services or to find out more about them.
I'll be drinking grappa.
Yes. Bruce will be drinking grappa. Thanks. We'll be back same time next week. Bye.
Bye.
Peace out.
Like what you've just heard? Tell your colleagues, tell your friends, send them to www.businessforsuperheroes.com/podcast.